Hello, wonderful people. It's me. I am on right now with a Google Hangout, hoping to get to see some of you guys. But while I am waiting, I'm going to go through all of our different assignments that we need to do so everyone's very aware of how to complete their stuff. When it comes to our work that we did last week, I had some people click mark as done, but they hadn't done the exit ticket. And we need you to do the exit ticket to be able to show that you've done your work. So I want to make sure everyone knows how to understand and do everything. First, for those of you who are watching on a video recording rather than being on the Hangout with me right now, I want you to know how to join Google Hangouts that use a nickname. For me, I always use nicknames. So what you have to do is you have to go up here to the waffle. It says Google Apps. They call it a waffle for some reason. It kind of looks like a waffle. You click it, and then you go down to where it says Meet. You click Join or Start a Meeting. And then for mine, you type in LT Specials, SPECIALS. Click Continue. You might have to allow your camera to be used or your microphone to be used. You click Allow. And then you might be able to see I'm already on this call. Ooh, it's kind of funny looking. I'm not going to click Join Now because I'm already in the call, but you should click Join Now. And that way you'll see me. So when it's time for you to do the Google calls with me, that's when you want to do them. That's how you do it. If you need further instructions, whoa, why is my screen blank? There I am. If you need instructions or a reminder of that, I've posted it right here, how to join a Google Hangout. All right, let's go find our classwork for Louise Troy Specials. All right, I click Classwork. To find my music work, I'm going to scroll down and find music. There it is. Last week was week of April 13th. This week we have music week of April 20th. When I click on this, it says to get credit for doing your work, click the document for your grade level below, follow along with the lesson, do the exit ticket at the bottom. No credit will be given unless the exit ticket is done. Please let me know if you have questions. If you have questions, you can comment on the assignment. You can write a question as a comment on anything that you have on the screen. Like if you see where I posted something here, you can add class comment and I'll be able to help you. On your classwork, you can also add class comments or even private comments so I can understand how I need to help you best and how I can teach a little better next time. I like to get better each time I try something. All right, let's get back here. View assignment. All right, up here I have kindergarten. It's out of order for some reason. First grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, and then an extra slide for sixth grade. To be able to follow through the lessons, I have to click on my grade level, depending on where I am, and follow through the lesson. And then I have to do my exit ticket. Let's go through kindergarten. Kindergartners, you guys are going to identify the same and different again with long and short, and you're going to demonstrate same and different, and you're going to sing using your head voice in appropriate posture. You need to go through each thing and click on it and follow along with it. You have a bell ringer where you get to do a go noodle, which are super fun. One of the teachers will teach you how to do long and short. You'll practice the song that you did last week, still practicing long and short. Then they say you need a scarf or a hand towel or washcloth to practice some more long and short movements. You have another chance to perform long and short movements. And then the big one, you need to click here for the exit form. I click here for the Google form. I click this at the bottom. Then yours will look more like this. Kindergartners will write their names, and then they'll click on the link and listen where the sound's long or short. Then they'll click either long or short. And you'll do the same thing. Click, listen, long, and short. So make sure your sound is up. In music, we got to have our sound. Okay. After you finish clicking your long and shorts, you click submit. When I have your exit ticket, I know that you've finished your work and I can give you all of your points for it. That is the kindergarten work. Back to the classwork page, Music Week for April 20th, week of April 20th, I mean. You are now going to see me go through the first grade work, but it looks kind of similar in that I click on first grade lesson. I see my standards. We're going to explore steady beat, rhythm, and meter. We're going to watch an introduction video, so you'll want to click on this one right here. We'll study some about George Gershwin on our radio show. You'll click content explanation to watch about meter. Then it says, today I want you to explore a few songs and how they feel when you move to the music. Feel the beat of the music. Remember, the beat of the music is like our steady heartbeat that we talked about last week. The beat is the heart of the music. Music may make us feel like dancing in different ways. Some music will make us want to dance by rocking or swaying back and forth, and some music will make us want to frog jump or march our feet. Then they want you to click on these two YouTube links. This first one is in duple meter, and they want you to either frog jump or sway rock to the music with them. Over here, triple meter, they want you to march or frog jump or sway to the music with them. You do what works best for you. You don't have to do what other people say. You need to dance to the music how you feel it. It might be feeling like a song or a song, or it might feel. They want you to feel those differences. So listen to the music and dance how you hear the music. At the end, it says click here to complete the exit ticket. Remember, that's what we need to complete. So I click, you write your name, and then you answer the question. George Gershwin's family came from Russia. True or false? Think back to the video that you watched, the podcast you listened to. This one's a podcast. And then you click true or false. George Gershwin played the piano. True or false? Which piece was easier to dance or march to? That's your opinion. You'll choose piece 1 or piece 2. And then which piece was easier to sway or rock to? Piece 1 or piece 2. That'll really help me understand if you understand things that are duple meter, so they feel like 2, or triple meter, they feel like 3. Make sure you look at your lesson and see what they teach you so you can understand more of what I'm talking about. You click submit, and then I know to give you all the points that you deserve. All right, second graders, second grade, week 2, April 20th. You guys are working on identifying various instruments of the orchestra. You also are going to work on doing Gershwin work. George Gershwin was a cool dude, wrote lots of music. They want you to listen to this show here. And then you are going to do some brass music listening by clicking on Brain Pop. You're going to log in using this information. So I click here. It pops up. Then it wants you to click on brass instruments and watch the video. Here's brass instruments. I click. Oh, it wants me to log in. Your instructions give you login information. Dayton Music is the username, and Dayton Music 2020 is the password. So, Dayton Music. I spelled music wrong. Got to be careful. Music. Then the next one, Dayton Music 2020. Log in. I'm not going to save the password. And then I can watch the video that goes along with it. Then it says click on string instruments, also on Brain Pop making music, and watch the video. Go back to here. You see where my mouse is? This Brain Pop arts and music making music. Click on it again. It shouldn't make you log back in. You should still be logged in unless you did like the brass part one time and then the other part the other time. If you do both of them close together, then it'll keep you logged in. Now it says click on string instruments. So I'll go here, string instruments. And then I'm going to watch the video by pressing play and listen to the information about string instruments. Remember, at the end, you need to make sure that you're doing the Google form. The Google form's down here. I click on it. You're going to type your name. You're going to fill in the answer to who was our composer this week. Where was George Gershwin born? How do brass instruments make sound? How does trombone change notes? What vibrates to make sound on a string instrument? Is the violin a string instrument? And then click submit. That's how you get all of your points. So make sure that you fill out that part as well. Third grade. Third graders, you guys are going to work on reading, writing, and performing treble clef and extended pentatonic melodies in G, F, and C. It says, good morning, third grade. Last week we learned about time signatures. This week we are going to begin to learn about reading music using the music alphabet and the music symbols. Our composer of the week is George Gershwin. They want you to watch the video on George Gershwin, or actually, yeah, I don't know, I keep saying video, silly me. It's a podcast. It's more like radio. I click on Classics for Kids. I learn about George Gershwin. It says, for your rhythm review today, complete the first 2 levels of rhythm racing game found in the link below. This game will help you review quarter notes, quarter rests, eighth notes, and half notes. When you click on the link, you can find the rhythm racing game on the right-hand side along with several other games. So I click on Music Play Online, and I'm remembering I'm going to look for the rhythm racing game. Let me just double check. Yep, rhythm racing. That's what I'm looking for. Rhythm racing. There it is. I scrolled down a little bit and I found rhythm racing. It just went do, 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 do. If I think of do, 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 and look at what's here, I see there ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. And I heard do, 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 do. They don't sound the same, so I'm going to click no. Just then I heard do, 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 do. If I look at what's up on the screen, that says T, 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 T. Those two don't sound the same. So I'm going to click no, they don't sound the same. Just then I heard do, do, do. What I see up on the screen is ta, ta, ta. Those two sound the same to me. I'm going to click yes. Just then I heard do, 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 do. I see T, 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 ta, ta. Those sound the same to me. And you can keep going forever and ever and ever. Okay, so that's kind of how that game goes. All right, I've practiced what I'm supposed to practice. Put my headphones back on. It's easier for students to hear me when my headphones are on. Sorry. We will watch a video about starting to read music. Watch the link below. You may stop the video at 4:18. So this is Brain Pop, and it says username and password. It's because Brain Pop usually has you do a username and password. Another grade just did that. I scroll down, I press play on the video, and it wants me to log on. So I go back and I go, okay. The username was Dayton Music. The password is Dayton Music 2020. So I go over here, DAYTONMUSIC. And I go to password and I type the same thing, but add 2020. DAYTONMUSIC 2020. I'm going to remember that one. It loads. And now I can watch the video by pressing play. And remember, it says you may stop watching at 4:18. Okay. Then it says, here's another video. This one explains some different vocabulary words that are very important to read music. You may stop this video at 1:03. This is a YouTube link. So I'm going to click and then click again, and I can watch this video. Finally, there's a Google Form quiz. That is the exit ticket. Remember, you need to do the exit ticket to receive credit for having done your assignments. So I click here, Click again. You're going to type in your name. You're going to fill out who was our composer this week and click one of the options. You're going to fill out where was George Gershwin born, which is a music staff between each of these pictures. You're going to choose which one is the music staff. You're going to fill a true or false. Notes can go on both lines and spaces on the staff. Then it wants you to tell us what kind of note that is: quarter note, rest, whole note, or half note. Is this note on a space or on a line? You click space or line depending on what you learned. And that is it for third grade. You're going to work on identifying instruments in the string and woodwind families and describing the characteristics of those instruments in the string and woodwind families. You have 2 YouTube videos to watch. Click there and then click again to find your videos about instruments. Then it says, practice the new song, instruments of the orchestra, and review the song from last week. Instruments are fun. This will help you remember the instrument families and hear the sounds of the different instruments. Then you will have classics for kids about George Gershwin, and they want you to listen to his song Rhapsody in Blue Andante. So click this link so you can find the Classics for Kids video and the song that you're supposed to listen to. There's a brain pop here for you guys to work on different instruments, string and woodwinds. You're going to click on the brain pop, and then you're going to fill in the username and password. So first I click on the video and click on string. I try to click play and it wants me to log in. This one says the username is instruments4. You can either type in instruments4 or you can do copy and paste. Copy, paste. I'm doing a 2-finger click to be able to copy and paste. Sometimes if you have a mouse, you do a right click with the rightmost button, like with your ring finger or your middle finger, to click the other side. Then the password for that one was Music 2020. Log in. And if you do have troubles, that's when you contact me. I have email and I have office hours, and you can comment on things, and I'll come in and help you as much as possible, as quick as possible. Next, we have the instrument spin-off music. Instrument spin-off. That is a game for you to practice about your instruments. This one is probably going to have some sound to it if you want. I don't think it's super loud. I've played this one before. If you want to play in teams with a family member, you can. I'm just going to play by myself. And let's see. I will be Thomas. Oops. A lot of name. Okay. Yeah. It has some little sounds. They're not sounds you have to hear, but they're sounds you can choose to hear. Click spin. Okay, it's going to ask me something about percussion. Question 1, 100 points. Identify the percussion instrument pictured here. Marimba, snare drum, bass drum, or cymbals. Marimba is a crazy big word. So let me think about the other ones. Does this look like a drum to me? Not so much. Doesn't really look like a drum. Does this look... Oh, this one says drum too. I bet they're 2 different types of drums since they each have a different first name. Still doesn't look like a drum. Oh, I know the cymbals. Those are the ones you hit together like psh, psh, psh. Well, maybe it's a marimba. Yay, I'm right. If we had had a chance to look at the brain pop, I bet the brain pop would have taught me all about this. All right, instead of going on to the next question, I am going to make sure that you know how to do your Google exit ticket. Remember, click on the Google form, type in your name, Which instrument is a member of the string family? Which instrument is a member of the woodwind family? How do you produce a sound on a string instrument? How do you produce a sound on a woodwind instrument? Which composer did you learn about this week? You can get them to email you a copy of your responses if you wish, or you can just click submit. Remember, you have to do this part to get full credit for all of your things that you've been working on in your music lesson this week. Fifth graders. Fifth graders, you have a podcast, which is like the radio for George Gershwin. You're going to click there to be able to watch it. If you want to listen to some other things about George Gershwin, you can. But what you need to do is make sure that you screenshot your results to your quiz. Okay? So what you can do is after you click here to go to Classics for Kids, you press play to listen to the Classics for Kids about George Gershwin. Scroll down, and then you're going to answer. George Gershwin was born in New York City, Boston, San Francisco, or Chicago. What was the name of George's brother who wrote the lyrics for his songs? John, Robert, Ira, or James? Which of Gershwin's compositions uses a taxi horn? Rhapsody in Blue, Porgy and Bess, American in Paris, Piano Concerto? Then you click Submit Answers. And if you need help screenshotting, there's a video right here that you can look up about how to take screenshots on Chromebooks. Then they have a link for you to listen to a song about didgeridoos, which is an instrument from all the way on the other side of the world in Australia. You click here to listen to some audio clips, and then you can color or make your own didgeridoo. I would love that if you sent, if you either color one, whether you print it or if you just color it in on the computer, which is one of your options, that you screenshot it or take a picture and email it to me. I really want to be able to see it. Also, if you make one, it gives you instructions about how you can make one on things that might just be sitting around your house. So get your family's permission, of course. Don't just take something that doesn't belong to you and use it, and make your own didgeridoo and then send me a picture of that in your email. Finally, here we have some lessons about double and triple time on Khan Academy. You should just be able to click. Internet is being slow. And then it wants you to do lesson 3. That's what the instructions said. Lesson 3. So I'd press play on lesson 3. I've watched it before. But you guys probably haven't. After that, we have an exit ticket. Please make sure you do your exit ticket. It wants your name, your email. It has questions about Gershwin and the didgeridoo. It has questions about time, and it has a question about a joke. So you have to go up to one of your family members and said, what did the music teacher tell her students? If you don't be sharp, you'll be flat. And then you get to choose yes or no. Was it funny or not? Then click submit, and then I know what points and awesomeness I can give you for your work this week in music. All right, 6th graders, saving the awesomest for last, right? Don't get mad at me because I said 6th graders are awesome. They're awesome. You just can't hate. 6th graders, you guys are going to work on identifying instruments used in Western and world music ensembles, describing the roles and skills musicians assume in various cultures and settings, and reflecting on a variety of live or recorded music performances. So we're going to make sure that we're learning about different cultures, countries, and time periods. You're going to also watch Classics for Kids or listen to Classics for Kids. And then when you're listening to it, you're going to think about these questions that are right here. Where is Gershwin from and when was he alive? What instrument did Gershwin's family buy for his brother Ira, but he ended up becoming very good at playing? He as in George. How did George and his older brother Ira team up to make music? So it's going to talk about those things, be thinking about them while you are doing this activity. Where did the Google Form quiz go? Oh no, it looks like I'm missing the Google Form quiz, so I'll have to attach that right after. but I can find it after I finish reading this. Explore the Google slide presentation about Indonesian gamelan instruments. Watch the 2 videos of Mozart's Symphony Number 40. Think about the similarities and differences between the 2 performances. There are questions to help you in the presentation. When it says the presentation, it means this other thing right here that says 6th grade world music. It's a Google slide, so it's a PowerPoint presentation. After it loads, I can use scrolling, and sometimes I can even use like right and left and up and down buttons to be able to do it. See, there it is, and it is popping up. I ask you some questions. Can you locate Indonesia on the world map? And it says, were you correct? It talks to you about Indonesia, talks to you about gamelans. We have gamelans. This is Javanese. It sounds like Japanese, but it is not the same. Some people also might pronounce it Javanese. Kendang. Metallophones. Oh, we should be familiar with those. Keep reading through. Read this at your own time. You can click play to watch the instruments being played. And then there are 2 different orchestras going on. This is going to show you 2 different cultures playing something called Mozart Symphony Number 40. Most of us have heard of Mozart. One side is going to be an orchestra, and the other side is going to be a gamelan. And the music's going to sound same in some ways and different in other ways. So please make sure you're listening for the similarities and differences of those 2 different things. All right. As I mentioned before, I neglected to put the link to the Google Drive. Ta-da! Sometimes technology works. Okay, your version will look like this. It'll ask for your first and last name. And then it asks you, what instrument did Gershwin's family buy for his brother, but he ended up becoming very good at playing? Then it says true or false. Gamelan refers to a group of instruments. Then it says true or false. You can move an instrument from one gamelan to another. Then it says what instrument in the gamelan is responsible for keeping the tempo. Then it says describe similarities and differences between the performances of Mozart's Symphony Number 40. That was that last one where I showed you down here that these 2 videos have the same song, but they have some different things about them too. So you have to listen for what's the same and what's different, and then type that into your exit ticket, then submit this week. If you didn't finish last week's work, please make sure that you try your best to do it now. And again, you need to do your exit ticket. If you just click the mark as done, that is not sufficient. That means that will not give you a grade. That just means you marked it as done.